machine. So here, let me log in first. Yes. No, 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 no. What? So the complete folder. Yes, complete folder. Yes. So, oops, what did I do? So I have my domain controller, and the second server is just a member server. Now to make sure, guys, whenever you start this exercise, whenever you start any exercise, guys, make sure that you do the basic checking. The basic checking is the machine is part of a domain, machine can ping by name, by IP, and all that. So that later on you should not get any error messages. Now here what I need to remember is that my WDS server role goes over there. My second machine is starting up. What? Yes, yes, yes. Hold on. So you're configuring WDS? Okay, just hold on to that. Because we need to go step by step. Once it is configured, then you need to remove it if it is not configured properly. Configured it? You're trying to? Don't. Just wait for me. It will be just few more steps. So in order to remove it, you need to remove the role and add it again. So remove the role. No, I mean it's fine to redo the exercise. You remove and add. You can do it. You can do it, but I want you to understand it right from the beginning. So guys, I have two servers. One server is domain, the other server is just started up. I'm gonna make sure my basics before I move on. Although I know that this is all fine, but since I am installing a very important role on this, before that I need to make sure, guys. So do not take it for granted, because sometimes your firewalls are on, sometimes your IP is not working, sometimes different things happening. So first of all, I need to see what is my IP address on this. So Mushtaq and Shams, we need to do these basic checks always. If you don't need to waste time later on in small little issues, before that you need. So here my IP address is 200.20, and on my second server my IP address is 200.10. So this is. I'm gonna ping from here to there and from there to here. So 20, from here it is pinging. I need to ping it by name. So guys, here, my question to you is, can I find out the name of this machine from IP address? Can I find out the name of the machine through IP address? So you know that? Huh? Reverse lookup. Can I find out the name of the machine through IP address? So here, I'm pinging it, I'm pinging it, but it's not giving me the machine name. Umar, it's not giving me the machine name. I'm thinking the IP address is not giving me the machine name. IP config is the wrong answer. No, 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 no. Huh? We do have a DNS. I do have DNS. No, what is the answer? IP config dash. Do we understand the question? The question is from IP address. Yes, from IP address I need to know the name. So Right. Why am I writing these names? Because this was part of your custom lab. Guys, remember this. Now, and remember this for good. Remember this for good. If I think the IP address, it would just give me IP address. But if I think the name, it would give me the IP address. Remember? So you need to ping the name, it would give you the IP address. But is it the answer I'm looking for? No. I need to know the name from the IP address. Imran, do you know? Why didn't you say that before? It was the wrong answer. Guys, it's right here. It's right here. Whenever we need to do a reverse ping, guys, reverse ping is all you need to do is to type minus A before the IP address. When you type minus A before the IP address, it does reverse lookup. Otherwise, it doesn't do reverse lookup. So now if you do this, now this instruction is going to your DNS server and it should be able to get, if the name is registered, it should give you the name properly. So now you can see it gave you the name. Now it gave you the name that it is Kenneth serve 2. So it is just says ping minus A and then IP address. Huh? No, that's fine. I mean, if it is failing, it means that your machine is not. So from where are you doing it? Yes, yes, yes. So guys here, now, so always remember from IP address you need to know the name, you need to do a reverse ping and reverse ping is ping minus A and the IP address. Always remember, please. So reverse ping is ping minus A and then IP address. So guys, now what I'm going to do is I have server 1, server 2. I need to prepare a WDS environment and based on our architecture, I'm going to prepare WDS and DHCP both on my server 2. So what I'm going to do is on my server 2, on server 2 I would go add roles and when I do go add roles on server 2, so here I'm going on server 2. On server 2, I'm going to add both roles. So I need DHCP on this. And I'm doing this both in one shot. You can do this separately as well. So I'm going to need DHCP and WDS both. So once I'm doing the DHCP and WDS, I would go next, next, next. Cancel. What? So no, your DNS is on Active Directory server. DNS is on Active Directory server. Guys, I'm going to start again. One more time. One more time. Here. Where is this kid? Guys, should I start again one more time? So here. So it's recorded. You can follow the steps later on. So on server 2, what I'm going so server 2 is also so in this case it doesn't even matter. I mean both are domain controller, but it doesn't matter. On server 2, I'm gonna add WDS, and in order to have WDS, I need to have DHCP, right? So instead of doing both together, I'm gonna do one by one. So first I'll do DHCP. So that just to separate out options. So here next, next. And here I'm just going to do this time DHCP. So DHCP going forward, next. And here I would select restart as well. If it requires a restart, it should restart. Now when it is doing a DHCP, guys, always remember DHCP. What do we remember about DHCP, Mushtaq? Any one thing about DHCP while this is starting up? It's automatic provides IP address. What else do we remember about DHCP? We set up the scopes, very good. And what else do we remember about DHCP? In scopes, do you have exclusion? We have exclusion. What else do we remember about DHCP? It has DHCP options. Within DHCP options, you can set up gateway, you can set up DNS IP address, and those. What else do we remember, Imran? What else do we remember about DHCP? It has leases. What else do we remember about leases? Lease has a timing. How much time does it renew? 50% of the time, then 75%, then at the end it will give that IP address to somebody else. What else do we remember about DHCP, Ahmed? Reservations. Reservations are based on MAC addresses. So you see, one concept, there are these small little things. When you speak, when you teach it to somebody else, guys, you will remember it for a longer time. Umar? Okay, here. So, it's closed. The DHCP is added. I'm going to keep an eye on this flag. So this flag is saying that I added the row, but I need to complete DHCP configuration. This is the, so here, as soon as I go inside, it's saying, first of all, the description of what I did. And secondly, it's saying you need to do authorization. So first of all, I'll go here. Secondly, it's saying, okay, you need to authorize DHCP. But do we remember what credential should it use? Enterprise admin. This is one place where enterprise admin is used, because without enterprise admin's approval, you cannot have DHCP. Now here, all I need to do, this is my enterprise admin, that's fine. If there would have been somebody else, you can change it to somebody else, but here we know that this is enterprise admin. So commit changes and done, it's done. Now here, once this is done, all you need to do, now I need to see in my flags, there is nothing yellow, nothing red. It means that I can start right from here within DHCP. So I'll go to DHCP, I'll open DHCP Manager, and within DHCP Manager, I will open this and open IPv4. I have nothing to do in IPv6. So in IPv4 server options, first of all, I'll go into DHCP, create a new scope. When you're creating a new scope, so guys, you can name it anything. I would say this is Kenneth Floor 1. And then next one, my scheme. Now in my case, it is 200. In your case, might be 100. So make sure it is from your subnet. It starts from 1. And it goes on, and it goes till 254. And then here, I'll leave everything else. Here, this is my exclusion range. My exclusion range is 192.168.200.1 to 192.168.200.50, just 50. Some people make mistake by giving a complete scope range as exclusion. Guys, your scope won't work. So it has to be precise. My least time is 8. We're going to leave it as is. I use my options as well. DHCP options as well. I'm going to use my DHCP options as well. And here, gateway, you can leave it blank, or you can say that this is 200.1. It doesn't even matter, because guys, gateways are only used when you have 2 or 3 subnets, and then your machines are going from one subnet. In this case, we have only one subnet, so gateway is never used. Even if you give 1, it doesn't matter. Next one is DNS. So DNS is 10 or 20. Okay, just give me a second. Resume. So this is wins. Wins, we don't need wins, so go next. And this is activate your scope. Just activate your scope. It's done. Now, guys, it is very important to know that this shouldn't be blue. It shouldn't be blue. Blue just means that either it is activating the scope or the scope is not valid. Now here, if you right click on this, you should just give it few minutes or few moments. If I try refreshing it, it should be okay. If it is not, then I can. Excellent. Yes, it can be. Maybe this is the reason. So in this case, I'll just check my scope options again. This is my range. This is my exclusion. In leads, I don't have anything. In options, I have this. And maybe, yes, you're 100% right, because DHCP is supposed to restart once the role is added, and this server was not restarted. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to restart. So how do you restart a server? You should select right from here, go to settings, and here you would power off and restart. Now, once it is restarting, after that we'll make sure that the scope is fine. But guys, the next very important thing before you start with WDS is to make sure that DHCP is providing IP address. For that, while this is starting up, Mushtaq and Shams, while the DHCP start up, what I would do, I would create a bare metal machine. What is the definition of bare metal machine? Definition of bare metal machine is a machine without OS. So without OS, not ISO, without OS. So here, let me create a bare metal machine. So bare metal machine, once you're creating a bare metal machine, we don't provide ISO. And here it is. Now this depends on what type of operating system you'll be installing later on. So on this, we'll be installing Server 2012, or it's up to you. You can do Windows 7 as well. So let's say I'm doing Windows 7 or Windows 20. You all have Windows 7?
Yeah.
You all have Windows 7? So let's do Windows 7 or 2012. Or if you have already copied 2012, that's fine. So if it is copied, then let's do 2012. So I'm gonna select. Yes, it will make a difference. It won't take the operating system properly. So whatever operating system you're deploying, you must know what you're deploying here, 2012. And here I'm gonna call it Canaps bare metal 1. So this is my bare metal install 1. So that I know that it is bare metal. Rest of the settings, I'll leave it as is. Guys, very important. Very what?
Important.
Very important. Mushtaq and Shams and everyone. Very important is, Umar, very important is that this bare metal machine should be on the same network as your DC. So for example, look at this. This is how do I know which network is it on? Guys, if you see the mouse, you are seeing the mouse. The mouse, as soon as you move the mouse here, it says this is host only network. If we go to setting here, so this machine is here, this is host only. But now you see my bare metal machine. Where is my bare metal machine? I think this one. Yeah, this one. And this machine is NAT, which means this machine will never be able to get Pixie environment from. So I need to change it to the network where it is. So my all network is sitting in host only. So it is on host only. And the next thing, before I start this machine, now guys, for everyone, this is very important point. For everyone, stop your lab for a second and just look at the screen, because you all will be stuck there, and then you will see, you will think of nothing is happening. Just look at the screen here. So guys, here what's happening now. My DHCP is working fine. My DHCP, just give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes of your time. Do not do the labs here. So here, just 5 minutes. So here, this is my server. And in this server, first of all, I need to make sure if my DHCP is installed. So how do I know my DHCP is right here? I would go to my DHCP, and in this, I would open DHCP Manager. Within DHCP Manager, I need to know if my scope is up. So let's see, scope is up. So scope is up now. I don't see that blue icon with this. Now, let me go back to, this is a time where we need to check that if it gets that. First of all, make sure your bare metal machine is on the same network as your DHCP. Let me check my DHCP. DHCP is host only. It is on host only. And let me go to this machine and now power it on. Everybody. So here, power it on. Just look at the screen. Look at the screen. I know that it's very difficult to take your hands off of your keyboard, but just for 4 minutes. Just for 4 minutes. Because you will all be stuck on this step, and this is very frustrating, guys. Now you see, at this point, this VM is broadcasting and saying, I need an IP address. So at this point, make sure that your VM DHCP is off. So at this point, I would go to my virtual private network editor. I don't want my VM to get IP address from VMware network. So in my host only network, it is off. So make sure that that DHCP is off, 100%. If this DHCP is on, this won't let you go to WDS. So how do I get to this screen? Go to Edit, go to Virtual Network Editor. Within Network Editor, all you need to make sure that your DHCP is off. If this is on, now here it won't let me do anything because it's just saying that click this option. If you click this option, then it would open it with permissions. So here, it will open it with permissions. Okay, so let's say I made sure that this is off. So this is off. If I change setting, I'm saying that just open it with permissions. Huh? So it's opening. It's opening, right? So is it checked off? Everybody. It's grayed out, but it's checked off, or it is checked. But then is it checked or not checked? So that's fine. As long as it is not checked, it's fine. Now, guys, if you go onto server, here is my DHCP server. DHCP server. Now, the one place in DHCP where you can make sure that it is providing IP is the address lease. If in address lease you see any IP address here, it means that it is successfully providing IP address. But if there is no IP address, it means DHCP is on, but it has not provided IP address to anyone. Now, if I go back to my machine here, it's saying, and look at the screen. Now, each line here means something. So here it says, number one, the machine started. It asked for IP address, but it did not receive the IP address from anyone. So here, let me try again. You would click inside again and then press enter. And as soon as you do enter, it is again broadcasting. This is how you rebroadcast, saying that I need an IP address. Now, as soon as you rebroadcasting it, it is trying to get an IP address. Mostly, if your DHCP is working fine, it should provide IP address. Now, if there is anything wrong, sometimes I would just need to check that this is host only. This is host only, and my DHCP server is host only as well, so that's fine. Secondly, I need to see that if scope is fine, and the one very important thing that all firewalls are off. So see this, guys, my domain firewall is on. This might be a reason why it is not letting others get IP address. So make sure your firewalls are off. This is what I was saying, that you need to recheck these basics again and again. So here I checked all, I just disabled my firewall again, and then again I'll go here and try to get an IP address. Hmm? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna this time power off and on. The bare metal one, so that it can get IP address. Host only, connected. Hmm? Hmm? That's fine. We'll do it. We'll do it. But before that, hold on. Boot file won't. You won't get the boot file. But before that, it should get an IP address. It didn't. If it gets an IP address, it would show you it gets an IP address. So for now, ignore all Pixie messages because we haven't configured the Pixie yet. Pixie is not yet configured. The only thing we're looking for is IP address. So, guys, now if you look at this machine is on the same network. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna add another network card on the bare metal machine. Yeah, sometimes one network card. Yes. Yes. It's server one. It says in server one. It says no. It shouldn't. Server one is your DC. DC should have a static IP address. So here it is saying you're looking at local server and saying it should be a IP address, proper IP address on this. Okay, guys. So hold on. So we configured DHCP, and then we started the client machine. For now, it's not showing me the IP address, guys. Let's start configuring WDS. So for now, I'll leave that as is for now, because maybe the DHCP needs some time or something in this environment. What I'm going to do is start installing the role WDS on server 2. So on server 2, I'm going to install the role. Now, in order to install role on server 2, all we need to do is that go to server manager, and within server manager go to dashboard and then add roles and features. And here all you need to do, go next, and then add WDS role. Now, what is the main function of WDS role? WDS role provides automatic operating system installation. Guys, now let's look at it. Now, within WDS, as soon as you go there, next, it would ask you two options. Now, right under this, it would ask you few questions about WDS. And one question about WDS is that here it asks you, would you need deployment server or transport server? Guys, in this case, we're going to go with both of them. So both servers are required in this. And the next question here is, do you want to restart this machine? I would say just restart and then click next. So now it would add WDS role, and it would add everything that what is required with WDS. So while it is installing the role, we should wait. Huh? Which one? Mm-hmm. No, it's fine. If both of them are on NAT, it's fine. It should work. If you change it to host only, it's fine as well. The main thing is they both should be on the same. So guys, I've installed WDS role. Now within WDS role, now here comes an important part about WDS role. Right after the role installation, so this is where I am now. Install server, join it to the domain. I made sure it is joined to the domain, and next part is I added the role, and now I am here configuring WDS. So in this case, all I need to do is, first of all, click here, right click on WDS. So you selected the role, then select server, and then here you would say Windows Deployment Services Management Console. So we need to open the console. And as soon as you open the console, guys, blue icon always means that it is not configured. So here, if I just expand this server, here it says it's not configured, and this is where I said that we need to configure WDS server. So when you need to configure WDS server, you would right click on it and configure server. So when you configure this server, it would ask you few questions, and some of your questions are right here on the board. So first of all, it says before you begin, ensure that the following requirements are met. Server is a member of Active Directory. Yes, it is a member of Active Directory. Secondly, there is an active DHCP on the network. And what is DHCP required? This is because Windows Deployment Services uses pre-boot execution. This is PXE, pre-boot execution environment that relies on DHCP for IP addressing. We did that. And then there is an active DNS server. We know that all DCs have active DNS server. Last one, the server has an NTFS file system and on which it stores the image. The NTFS file system is already there. Now next what we need to do, should you integrate it with Active Directory or should you leave it alone? Now you can leave it alone or integrate it with Active Directory. If you have Active Directory, integrate it with it. If you don't have Active Directory, you would just leave it alone. So for now we have Active Directory, we would integrate it with Active Directory. Hmm? Oh yes, on this, since I have Active Directory, I can integrate it. But on your case, it can be, I can leave it standalone as well. It doesn't even matter. Because what's happening with Active Directory, it would store its configuration with Active Directory. If not, then it is a standalone server. So it is standalone. Now this is the location where you need to point it to the sources folder. Now what I'll do is, this location is the sources folder location, but I'll leave the wizard here, and then I'll go to C drive and create the folder structure that I need. So the folder structure that I need, I'll go to C drive, and here I'll create a folder called sources, and within sources folder, I will create another folder called ISO, and within this folder, I'm going to create another folder called W2K12. Now here I need to, this is empty to start with, I need to bring all 2012 files. For that, the easiest way is to mount the CD on your VM. So on your VM, I'm going to mount the CD for 2012. So this ISO is for Windows, this is 2012 CD. So make sure that you have mounted 2012 CD on this, and you would need to, so it is mounted. All I need to do, go to computer, and then here select this and select all files, copy them, and then put it in the folder that you just created, and that folder is right here. So I need to bring all files from the CD to this location. Now while this is being copied, what I'll do is, I'll go back to that sources folder and share it. Guys, the best way to share it is you go to properties, you go to sharing, you go to advanced sharing, and then share this folder and go to permissions, and here everyone is automatically selected. You just need to provide full control. So once it is provided full control, it is fine. Now within this sharing folder, within this, it is still being files are still being copied. I'll leave them as is. But now I'll jump back to my deployment wizard, and here I would point it to the sources folder. So I would just point it to sources folder. Instead of remote install, it is now sources folder where my images are. So I pointed it to this, and then next here, so and just click yes on this. Guys, this is where it will automatically set up the DHCP confusion. Remember I told you that check this box. So these are the two things that needs to be checked. So you would leave them checked. You would leave, so on this screen, make sure they are checked. This is what I was telling you, that just make sure if you have installed WDS role without these options, then you need to remove and add the role back again. Now, this only happens if your DHCP and WDS are on the same server. So we have our DHCP WDS on the same server, and then if they are separate, then this option won't even come. So here, guys, this is the next place that, remember you said the word respond. This is the screen where it says that to what type of computer WDS needs to respond. So here it is saying do not respond to any client computer. I mean, if you say this, then it won't work. And here it's saying respond only to known client computer. In our case, guys, we'll go with respond to all computers. Client, known or unknown, all computers. So you must select the third option. And then click next. As soon as it goes now it is setting, it did basic configuration, and right here, now it says, it creates some folders here. And then here, this is your server. But this should be running. It's not running at the moment. It should be running. It is stopped. So in order to running, I would try to refresh it and see that if it is running. And or what I can do is I can go to start and all tasks, and I can start it. So here you can right click and here and start. So you can start, it will try to start the service and now it is running, guys. This means your WDS is now running. So make sure your WDS. Now sometimes this automatically stops for some reason. So you need to check that. For example, if your clients are on, your Pixie is on and client is still not connecting to WDS, it might be that this is not green, it's just stopped. Now here, what I need to do is, guys, here what I need to do, I need to make sure that all files are copied. No, hold on. So first of all, going back again. Okay, it is being recorded, guys. Guys, you can follow these steps. If you can come here for the lab, I'll just upload this video tonight, and then you can follow the video. So uh, here all I need to do is, first of all, I need to make sure if those files are copied. So these files are copied. Now the very important thing is, then in WDS there is two folders. There is folder number 1 and folder number 2. Folder number 1, folder number, this is install image folder. This is where your install.vim goes, and this is where your boot.vim goes. So in install.vim, where do you get these two files? If I go back to the folder where I copied, you can go to sources here. So remember, so this is how it is. I mean, you are in C drive. In C drive you have sources. In sources you have ISO. You have in ISO you have this folder, and here inside you have another sources. Once you go to this sources, here just search for Vim. I'm just searching for Vim. So I have two files in this, boot.vim and install.vim inside the sources folder. Then all I need to do is import these. So now I am on this step here. Number 3, import install.vim and boot.vim. So we created the folder and shared the folder. Now I'm doing this. What I need to do is, all I need to do, right click on install folder, and you are saying add install image. So here you just right click on this. You go into WDS and right click on this and say add image. Once you add the image, it's saying, okay, you don't have a group. Do you want to create a group? Yes, we would need to create a group, and that group is image group 1. You can call it Server 2012 group, and you can create another group for Windows 7, create another group for now we'll just leave it as is, image group 1. You don't need to do anything. And here it's saying, okay, give me the location of installed image. So here enter the location of Windows images file that contains images. So that location is, you can browse, and when browsing, you can go to sources folder right here, within this ISO, within this here, within sources. So this is the location where you have the image. And I would just select install and then open. So this is the path it will make. So one more time. Here, all I need to do is browse, and then you would go back to C. You can go to sources. You can go to ISO. You can go to server, then sources, and select install.vim. Once you select install.vim and next, here it is now showing me how many types of images are present in this CD. For the CD that I copied, it has these types of images. It has a standard, core, data center, and all these images. I would just select OK, that's fine, add all images. So now it is importing all installed images in WDS. Sources, go to sources. Up. Just, just select install. So mount it. How do you mount it? Just right click on the VM settings. Right click on VM settings and go to C drive. Hmm? No, just select all. It is all selected. Just click next. Yes. Can you show him how to mount? Yes. Last one. Okay. No, you mount it. Mount it. No, no. Uh, so here. So you're on this server, and on this server you went to settings, and then you went to ISO, and then you didn't mounted it here, server 2012 CD. Huh? And then once this is done, all you need to do is, then open Windows Explorer and go to this, and here copy from here to there. It's not working? So maybe you already shared it. If it is already shared, it's fine then. Huh? Did you remove and re-edit it? Because you already configured it. Did you restart your machine? Huh? Yes. That's fine. It depends on the what image you're uploading. So the image that he is using, he has one. The image that you have four. It's fine. I mean, it just depends on the image, the type of image you have. It's fine. It's fine. So, Amir, what are you saying? Okay. So right click on it and configure it. Okay, I'll check that out. Guys, look at the screen. Let me complete the install and configure. Then you can follow steps. There are hundreds of videos on YouTube as well, and this video is. So tomorrow when you come for a lab, guys, I would highly recommend that come here for a lab and complete WDS because the next lecture is WSUS. WSUS is another important topic. And before WSUS, you must know WDS. So WDS is theory is all this. There is nothing more than this. So theory is all this, but practical, you need to do practical. It needs, so why I am doing it? Because there are some small little things that you do in virtual environment that I have already showed. Now I'm going to complete it. So all I did, I added the image. And once the image is added, I can see my images here. And then now I need to add my boot image. So right click again, add boot image. Here again you would point back to the same location and here you have boot image and boot image is added. So once boot image is added, it will try to add the boot image exactly like the way it added the install image. The only thing you need to remember to install folder, you add the install file. And to boot folder, you would add the boot file. Sorry? Okay, Naveed, here. So here, did you went to this location? You went to C, you went to sources, you went to ISO, you went to this, you went to sources. There is no boot.vim? It should. Okay. So guys here, so guys here. Now WDS is running, and my images are here. Now all I need to do is to test this out on a client machine. If everything is configured properly, guys, and it's not really that it might be working properly, I might need to hit and trial, but let's see. These are the things that I need to know. So first of all, guys, now look at this here. This is a screen. I mean, this happens. This happens when it starts working. I mean, it's that feeling. So, guys, again, one more time. Now, the things that I want to tell you is that first I was not able to verify my DHCP server. So, if it's not at that point, just move on, configure everything, then come back again. Now, look at this. This is the result you all need to see. So here, I would try again. Now here, guys, it asks me to press F12. If I don't press F12, then it won't start the install. So if I can show you here, right here. Guys, I know that you're all... Hold on. I'll show you. But I want to first show you the end result where you need to go. So then we can troubleshoot. So guys, if you can just look at the screen for a second. Here it says press F12 for the network service. Now what happens is that as soon as this machine started, it said that I need an IP address. So the broadcast went to who? DHCP server. DHCP server provided me which IP address? You can see 20. It gave me, so no, this is download, the 51 IP address is given to me. I'm just telling you how to read this information. So it gets 51 IP address. Why? Because my scope starts from 51. So, and then right after that, it did another broadcast. I need an operating system because Pixie was enabled. And at that point, Pixie server replied back. It says, okay, now if you really need an operating system, press F12. Because I didn't press F12, it just went to the next step and it aborted the Pixie operation. But if I would have pressed F12, then it says that, okay, I am a legit client and I need an operating system. So now I'm going to do that again one more time. So here, you would press enter. It is getting IP address. And as soon as it says F12, and here I need to be, so I missed it. Did I? Yes, I missed it. One more time. And it has to be that precise moment. So press F12. Now it pressed F12. And now it straight went into WDS, and now WDS is starting Windows PE, and right after PE is installed, it would start the Server 2012 installation. Guys, this is where you need to go to. So I'm gonna stop recording this video here, and what I want to